Welcome to the Diamond Spotlight interview. I am Barbara Beckley, the founder of the Diamond Factor LLC, where the mission is to empower women to understand their PPD, their purpose, passion, and drive. And this platform is to make sure to increase their visibility and shine like a diamond to the world. Today we are spotlighting a wonderful, and I call all the ladies Queen Diamonds, and we have another queen sitting, well, I could say sitting right beside me in a sense because we're in Zoom. So I do feel like I'm sitting right beside her. Miss Lynn McIntosh helps men and women regain their confidence and thrive after leaving a toxic relationship. Lynn is both a certified coach and a hypnotist with several years of experience dealing personally with narcissistic personalities. She is also a co-author of two books on empowering women to succeed. Welcome, Lynn, to the Diamond Factor Spotlight interview. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Barbara. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I am so happy that you are here. Like I said, I always like to show people the queen diamonds out there, and I consider you as one of those queens.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So let's just get right into it. Let's get to know you a little bit better here and let the listeners hear how awesome you are and amazing. So, as mentioned, you say you help coach people finding joy after leaving toxic relationships, especially, dealing with narcissists. Can you give some detail on what gave you that passion to help people have these types of relationships to help them?
Sure. Well, I myself have been in three different relationships with three different sorry, with with three different narcissists, and I've been in three different relationships, and it affected me. It I didn't understand why I was feeling doubtful of myself. I was feeling confused. I was feeling negative. I was feeling depressed.
Mm.
Because that's what narcissists do to us. They make us feel depressed. We self-doubt ourselves. We question ourselves and our decisions. Um, so I was always in this fog of why am I feeling this way? And someone would say, a narcissist would say a negative comment to me, and I used to walk away going, why did they say that? I didn't do anything to make them say that. I was always wondering, why are these people negative and demeaning and down a downer, right? Why? So finally one day I says, you know what, I've had it. I'm going to research. I'm going to find out what's going on here, because I don't think it's me. I think it's them. So I started to really get heavy duty into researching narcissism. I was depressed, so I started to do work with the subconscious mind. I recently became a certified hypnotist because I believe we are what we think. So if we think to be negative, we will be. If we think to be positive, we will be. So I work with the subconscious mind, and I researched narcissists and why they do what they do, and it was amazing to me. Like I was obsessed. I started to become obsessed with watching YouTube experts, psychologists, psychotherapists on narcissism, and I became like, it was really interesting to me of why these people do what they do and the reasons why, and how it affects the other person, how it affects the empath, how it affects their partner or their friend, what happens to them. So um, I built a course. I built a 3-month course. It's called Toxic to Terrific, and it takes my clients on a journey from feeling depressed and unmotivated and confused to feeling joyful, direction, full confidence in their life. Because and my coaching program is my own journey that I went through. And I do change it a little bit to cater to each individual client. But it's in general my journey that I took to heal. So I've healed myself from narcissistic abuse, and now I'm much stronger, I'm much happier, and I took a lemon and I made a lemonade. So now I help people also take them from their pain, because a lot of my clients are very confused. They don't know what's going on. They don't know why they're feeling this way. They don't know why this person is being so demeaning and so gaslighting them, or all these things that narcissists do. They don't understand it. And I was once there, but now I do understand. So now I help other people. take them from their pain and their confusion.
Wow, wow, Lynn, you're awesome. So now my question now, since you took, you dealt with that relationship and there was that awareness that happened, sound like it happened, that awareness where you say, you know what, wait a minute, why are you talking to me like this? And then you went and you really discovered that it's not you, it was really them. So I want to ask because, now that we're dealing with this pandemic and everything going on, and some people have to stay home, I know some individuals might be dealing with that
Hmm.
and they're in their room with their abuser. What would you tell them, or how would you tell them how to, kind of deal with that right now?
Sure. Well, when you're in a situation where you're in four walls, closed up with a narcissist, and there's really not a lot of escape method, you're in there with them. The best thing to do when you're in that situation is just to, it's called, you just like you're become like a non-entity to avoid a lot of conflict and raised voices and a lot of stress.
Mm,
Just be agreeable with them, like just go along with them. Don't question what they say, just go along with what they're saying. If they want something, get it. Just be agreeable. If you are in a really stressful situation with them, like when it was really bad there in April, March, April, May, April, and it was really, you were right in those closed four walls. This is the best thing to do, is just be agreeable. Don't question what they're saying. Don't really talk too much. Only talk when you're spoken to. um, they're going to get controlling, and narcissists are very, very controlling. It's all about control. So they're going to ask, where are you going? Why are you going over there? Who are you calling? Just stay low key and be agreeable, answer their questions, because you're stressed too. They're very stressed people, but you're stressed too. So you want the less stress as possible. So by just staying agreeable and not questioning them and not saying, what do you mean? Like, why are you saying that? Don't do that. Just be calm, go along with them, and that will, alleviate some of the stress. As much as you don't want to agree with them,
yeah.
sometimes you have to save your sanity, because these people are very complicated, and they love conflict, and they love confusion, and that's what they thrive on. So you have to put out the fire, and just stay calm, be agreeable, go along with what they say, and then time will pass, and hopefully. And if you are in a relationship with someone and you are miserable and you're not happy, you know, it sounds hard and cold, but the best thing you can do is leave the relationship. A lot of people don't. They stay in a relationship with a narcissist. Either they feel they can change them, or the
Mm,
sad part is some people feel that they need this person for some odd
mm,
reason. And maybe it's their conditioning from when they were raised from their parents. Who knows? But a lot of people will not leave the narcissist for various reasons. But the
mm,
best thing is, for your own mental health and sanity, is if you can leave and then heal from it. And
mm.
yeah.
You said, Lynn, I heard you say, which is kind of sad because I heard that in relationships too, where they feel like they can, if they stay, that they can help that individual. They kind of feel like that. Um, it's like almost to the point where they feel like they have to be their savior or whatever to say, well, I mean, I know they've been through this or whatever. I just had to be there. Maybe I can change them. And it just seems like it just gets worse. And it just really doesn't, yeah, it gets worse.
Yeah, you know, and the sad, blunt truth is narcissists won't change.
Mm,
They don't change. They're hardly wired into their behavior, and they're not flexible. And narcissists have been wounded from their childhood. What narcissism really is wounds that they're carrying from, maybe they had a controlling mother or father, and
mm,
these wounds haven't been dealt with and talked about and healed. So these wounds they're carrying inside, and narcissism is the defense mechanism they're using. So this grandiosity facade they're putting on, this, I'm the greatest, look at me, I know this and I know that, and
mm,
um, you know, um, this sort of superior thing there. image they're giving to us is really sadly a facade. Inside, they're very insecure, they're very sad, and it's not really what we're seeing. So, they just haven't they haven't done the work and dealt with their healing. A lot of them come from parents that were controlling, or, Johnny brought home a report card, and Johnny thought look at mom, I got an A on my report card. Aren't you proud of me? And mom goes, narcissistic mother goes, well, I was looking more for an A+, Johnny. Like, A's good, but where's your A+? And so Johnny gets programmed into his head, Johnny's not good enough. Johnny's not Johnny's not worthy. Johnny has to keep doing more,
Wow.
And yeah, so a lot of people, it comes from their early years and they carry this on, right?
Yes. It's when you said that, Lynn, example, and this is sad to say, but I'm an open book. I always tell people that. My mother, she was very hardcore. So what you talked about with Johnny, she did the same with me. I was bringing A's, and she would look at me and say, well, don't they have A pluses? Where's your A plus?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
wow.
yeah. And what helped me in my own life was my dad was total opposite. They were like yin and yang. So when she would do certain things like that, he would have to come right behind and say, okay, Barbara, it's okay. Your A was wonderful. You're wonderful, So, that balance had to happen. But I feel like if it didn't, then I would probably be in, some other shape or form, because, my mother always wanted me to go higher. She always seemed like, no, you can do this. And it's good to know that, to be aware. And I'm glad that we're saying this, because if people are dealing with that, especially if you're younger right now and you're with your parents and you hear those type of things, then that's a clue. That's a clue.
Yeah. And a lot of, as your mother and father were, Barbara, a lot of narcissists do marry or are with people that are more passive, because opposites attract. So they're either the enabler, but in your case, your father stood up for you. So, but when your mother had her fiery narcissism going on, he would sort of calm her down, or but then on the other hand, they can be the enabler to the narcissist too. And your mom, they can go the other way and say, what your mom's saying is right. Where's your A+?
Yeah.
So enabler, right? Yeah.
I was so glad that I got older and stuff, that he did the opposite instead of, and then I knew, and like you said, Lynn, you find out, like you said earlier, that the reason why they're the way they are is because what they dealt with when they're in childhood. Because my mother was, she grew up in an area where she was abused and dealt with a lot of things. So it took me to get older to understand why she was the way she was. And it took me and her to have a conversation when she got older. And I told her, I said, Ma, you said a lot of things to me that I never thought I was good enough for anything, because you just kept, And she said, because I wanted you to be better than me. And that's why I did it. She said, I didn't want you to end up where I was at when I was, growing up.
So what she's really doing there is she's living your life through her. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's not really that great either, right? Because the pressure for you to have to, you're carrying her problems, like the things that she didn't achieve, she wants you to, and that's a hard road. That's a hard thing to carry, right?
Oh yeah, believe me. I mean, in some ways, I'm happy because it did push me to move where I am now. But then, like you said, Lynn, there's other times when I was like, thinking all the time, and it had affected some of my relationships, because I didn't think I was good enough, or I was always.
That's right.
No matter what I did, like you said, you can get the A's or the A's or whatever. It's like, nope, that's not good enough.
And then, you know what? Those little incidences aren't forgotten. They carry on through the years, and they're programmed into your mind. I'm not good enough. I didn't do it good enough. I'm not worthy. So when you apply for a job, when you get into a relationship, when you're, the sad part is, it's not like a little isolated incidents. They carry on it through our lives, and they can hurt our our life and our achievement. We feel I could never achieve that. Meanwhile, you probably could achieve it, right? But you put yourself down. Oh, I could never do that. I'm not good enough for that. I could never do that. She could do that, but not me. I could never do that. So we have that in our mind, but maybe we could do that. So there's a lot of mischances maybe in life from being demeaned and devalued, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. So,
yeah,
all the listeners out there, just to let you know, see, Lynn, I'm telling you, you got to reach out to Lynn because she can help you and walk you through that. So, Lynn, I want to ask you, it was mentioned on your website, and I love, just because I love the name of it, one of your sessions you call the Joyful Boost session, and
yeah,
it states if you are stuck in a little rut. Can
yeah.
you give more backstory of that?
Sure. Like if you're stuck in a little rut. So, if you know you've been in a relationship with a narcissist, or you're in one, and you're in that sort of like lull, and you need that, you need a change. You need a change. You need something to twist and to change. You need that you need that confidence. You want to feel that confident. You want to feel that, a different direction. You need to take a different direction. Joyful boost, a different direction, a boost. To feel more motivated. It's a session I do where they just, we go into what's going on, and my client talks about it. It's all about them. They talk about what they're going through, and then I give them methods and techniques to, um, up the vibe of the subconscious mind, to up their vibe, to get them feeling joyful, and to get them, but they do the work, but I give them the techniques, to get them feeling joyful and confident and feeling excited again. Because when you're in a rut, you're not excited. You're just feeling like, everything's the same, and there's no joy, there's no spot, there's no excitement, there's no, everything's just, and narcissists can do that. They can make you feel very depressed and make you feel very almost like no hope, like everything's just always going to be this way. But that's the trap that they put you into. We were put on this earth to try to be, at least try to be happy, and to have some joy in our life, and to have some excitement,
Yes,
and
yes.
but a lot of my clients are hurting, like they really, and they're beautiful women. I do coach men too, but they're beautiful women, and they've been hurt, and I just love to be able to help people that are, good people, and have so much potential, and have so much going for them. And I can just, when I get off the first call, I go, I know how I can help this person. This person has so much potential. I'm going to make this happen, and it gives me that fire to want to help people, because I was in that pain too, and I want to just take it away from them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely. It's like when
Yeah,
you have that mission inside of you, you love helping others so much, because especially if you went through and you're out of it now, you're like, okay, now that I went through it, I want to give hope to somebody else. I want to make sure that, people don't feel the way that I went through or deal with
yeah,
it. So yes,
yeah.
definitely. I
And
totally
they don't know how to deal with it. They're totally stuck, and they don't know what to do, and it keeps on going and going. um, my partner keeps doing this and doing this and doing this, and I react this way. I get rageful. I get this, I get that, and the cycle keeps going, right? And that
yes.
they don't know what to do. So yeah.
Yeah. So now it was mentioned in your bio that you are also a co-author of two books, Empowering Women to Succeed. Can you share with the audience the title and some of the concepts that were some takeaways within the book?
Sure. Well, that's exactly the title, Empowering Women to Succeed. And there's different chapters, there's different books. There's one called Bounce. I was in one called Leap. And it's not, of course, I'm a co-author, so it's not just me. There's other women. I think it's 20 women. Uh,
Okay.
they're transformation stories from feeling defeated, from feeling lost, from feeling, down in the dumps, to transitioning their life to, being empowering, and being confident, and being joyful. So it's 20 women's stories, and it's so interesting. These stories all different and unique, of their transformation from joy, from sadness and no hope, to joy and confidence. Um, and when you read the stories, if you're in a downer, you think, wow, they did it, I could do this too. It gives you motivation, right?
Yes,
And then
yes.
there's another one. It's 365 stories, and it's similar. It's similar. It's each author, so it's 365 different authors, but so I think each story is just a page, but it's
Mm.
they're all inspirational stories of transition and of hope and empowerment,
Mhm.
and positivity, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Much needed, much needed. I'm so glad that you were, part of that collaboration because you have, like I said, you are just a conqueror, not just a survivor, but a conqueror. I see, in my eyes for you.
Oh,
So
thank you.
if you could share, and I always tell people that's the biggest thing when you can share that awareness, that knowledge, just what you went through, your stories of your life, it helps
Hmm.
others, go there. So there's one more question. I always ask all the women this, and I see a lot of superpower in you. But what would you call your true superpower that you have?
My true superpower,
Yes.
I would say, there's a, I guess I would say intuition.
Mm, mm, good.
I've always, even before I became a coach, all through my life, I've had intuition, and I guess helping people too, because before I became a certified coach, the man that was, I sort of went through a bit of a personality test, you could say, but he said to me, "Have you ever had anyone come up to you, Lynn, and say, Lynn, I have a problem, and I really can't talk to anyone about it, but I feel I can talk to you. Do you have a couple of minutes?" And I said, "How did you know that?" I have had that said that through my life. Not every week, but I'd say maybe, you know, twice a year through my life. Like, yeah, people will tend to want to be able to confide in me and they feel they can trust me. And he said, "I can sense it with you." I go, "Wow." I go, "You are spot on, right?" So I guess my superpower would be feeling trusted by people for listening to their secrets and their flaws, and not being, I don't judge. I've never
Mm,
been a judge. I just take it and I think, how can I help this person? That's what I do. I don't sit and judge them. I don't sit and put them down. I don't sit
mm.
and, oh, that's so sad. I'm sorry for you. Instead, I take it and I think about it and I think, how can I help this person? Yeah.
You
So I guess,
already have that strategy in your head saying, "Oh, how can I
yeah,
do it?"
I've always been like that. Yeah. It's just, I guess it's just natural for me.
I
So
can
being,
tell through this whole
yeah,
conversation. I just feel so comfortable. I mean, I can just talk to you for a while here. So yeah, I can see that as your superpower. I can see, well, one of your superpowers. Doesn't know you have many, but we always have that one particular one that really resonates more than the other ones. So I wanted to make sure that that was put out there for everybody to know your superpower there. So now, any last words would you like to leave with the audience before we end, and how they can contact you as well?
sure. I guess, in life throws us a lot of challenges and throws us a lot of, ups and downs, and life can be tough, but there's help out there, and there's nothing wrong with reaching out and asking for help or getting some support, and even coaches need coaches. I contacted my coach the other week. I had to talk about something. So we all need support. We all need, and don't ever be afraid to reach out, because you know just getting over that fear of, oh, I can't talk about this to anyone. Just getting over that and sitting and talking to someone could change your whole life, right? And I know it helped me, to and with my program, if my clients aren't going to be open, then you can't heal. How can I help you if you're not going to tell me what's going on? If you're going to sit there and go, well, I don't really want to talk about that, or then that's private. And not that I want to hear all your dirty laundry. It's just, you have to be able to be open about what's happened to you, and in order to heal, right? So I guess just don't be afraid to reach out to people for support and help, because that's how we can have a healthier world, right? And have a better world. So
Yes. Good, good, good gold nuggets. Good gold nuggets. Well, thank you, Lynn, so much for allowing the spotlight you for your business and who you are, because you are that Queen Diamond. And I wish you continued success in your business and within you personally as well.
Well, thank you for having me, Barbara. As I say, thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and it's been an honor, and I've enjoyed this very much.
So to those listening, thank you for joining us for another special edition of the Diamond Factor Spotlight interview. Just like diamonds, like I say, Queen Diamonds like Lynn. You can join the Facebook community under Diamonds Factor LLC, Develop Within You. And if you wish to be spotlighted, please contact me, my messenger through Facebook, and we will get that connected for you. And remember, as I always say, remember, you have a diamond factor in you. That is your purpose, passion, and drive, because you are important. You have that special gift within you. No matter what anybody else says, you do have a purpose in life. So see you at the next Diamond Spotlight interview. Thanks again, Lynn.
Thank you, Barbara. Take care.